Hey guys, it's cruise day. This is Carrie Lynn for SheSave.com, and we're going to take you along as we board the Carnival Firenze here in Long Beach at the Long Beach port. There's the TheQueenMary ship. You're going to want to pay attention to that and watch our video because we stayed the night there last night, which was an incredible, great option if you're cruising out of Long Beach. Okay, now we're going to give you a look at our cabin. We are on the 8th deck. This is cabin 8411. This is our first time on Carnival Firenze, and I am so excited to share this ship with you. She did not disappoint. So here is a look at our room. We have 2 people in this room and 3 others from our group in the adjoining room. This is also the first time we've had an adjoining room, so that's kind of exciting to be able to show you that. So as you can see, just a really fun, colorful vibe. Here's the adjoining door. We will go in and take a look at that in a minute. As I mentioned earlier, we are leaving from the Long Beach port. And if you followed my cruising videos at all, you know I love a balcony room. Definitely recommend the balcony cabins. So look at all this space out here. Here's a look back at the port and the TheQueenMary. Make sure to watch my video tour of that. She is within walking distance of the cruise port, so you can just drag your luggage on over and board your cruise ship. That's incredible. I will link to that video below. Back to our cabin, you can see just super spacious for a cruise cabin, but they've got all of the details figured out as to where you store your stuff. You've got your desk area, the refrigerator, lots of outlets, so much storage space, and they were overly generous with the hangers, which I love. So, and that's one of my big cruise tips for you is as soon as you get into your room, get your stuff put into those closets. You'll feel so much better about that. Here is the bathroom area. These were really spacious as well. The lighting was great. We felt like the ship was really clean. The showers were great. Really well done. Very happy with the space in these cabins. I mean, let's be honest. Space is always limited in a cruise cabin, but overall, we were very pleased with the way they maximized the space here. We had this nice sofa sitting area with the little table, and we opted for the king bed. You also have the option to turn that into 2 twin beds. So let's go over and look at the adjoining cabin here. It is literally a mirror image of the cabin that I just showed you, but it was so awesome having these 2 rooms connected so we could maximize our space. We had 3 people in this room, 2 in the king bed, and then that sofa they would turn into a bed in the evenings and put it up each morning, which was great. So again, the same layout for the bathroom over here. Overall, having the adjoining rooms just made it perfect for maximizing our space. We were on a mother-daughter girls trip, which was perfect. Okay, so now let's take a look at the balcony. You know I love a balcony. If you cruise, splurge for the balcony. It's so worth it if you can, just to sit out here and enjoy. Again, there's the TheQueenMary, details on her down below, but it's just the little touches, and Carnival Firenze definitely has that. Okay, let's talk port stops and excursions. Our first port stop was Cabo San Lucas. In this port, they tender you off the ship in these tender boats you can see here in waves. So if you want to spend a lot of the day in port, you want to get signed up to get off the ship early. We were pretty chill, so we just waited until there wasn't a line, jumped on a tender, and took it over to Cabo where we did some shopping. The fishermen will also give you fish to feed the sea lions and you just tip them. We thought that was a really great experience. And then instead of an excursion or something, we just opted to take a water taxi right from the port. You can see them, they've got them all ready to take you anywhere. Just make sure you're going with a certified one. This water taxi took us over to the Sandbar, which is a restaurant on the beach in Cabo San Lucas. And it was perfect. We were able to sit and eat wonderful food and drinks while the kids, it's a beachfront property, so they were able to play on the beach. It was perfect. Okay, our next port stop was Ensenada. Now this one's a little bit different. The ship pulls right up to the port. You can walk on and off the ship all you want. There's shopping, lots of things to see around Ensenada. But another thing we love about these port stops is most people are off the ship, so it's a perfect time to show you some of our favorite spots to hang out on the ship. And on the Carnival Firenze, the deck above the Lido deck was our favorite. As you can see, it's empty now because obviously everyone's in port, but they have a ping pong table and games and all of these great seating areas. So often we would grab our food and bring it up here. It's a great place to just take in that sunlight and find some little nooks and crannies to nap or read a book or play games or whatnot. But this is definitely one of our very favorite hangout spots on the ship, especially when they were in port, because it was great. So now let's talk about the top level of the ship. All of the kids love this area. It has the water slide, water park, basketball courts, miniature golf and whatnot. So many fun things for kids. And then of course, the high ropes course. Okay, everybody loves this, the kids, the adults. You do have to be 48 inches or taller to participate, but this was such a fun activity and it's always available unless it's windy. It sits above the miniature golf course on the very top deck of the ship. But anyway, just a hit, and it was fun to be able to see kids and adults getting out there and doing adventurous things together. So much fun. And here's our darling girls. That was great. So next, let's talk dining options. Of course, so much wonderful food is available with the price of your Carnival cruise. However, if you choose to do some of the paid dining, one that I highly, highly recommend is the Bonsai Teppanyaki experience. This restaurant and food is incredible. You will be entertained. You will leave so full that you can't believe it. And then, of course, the dessert bento box is out of this world. Everybody gets one of these. That alone, the reason to give this 2 thumbs up. But truly, great experience. And then just sit right here for a minute and look at this. This is why I recommend the balcony, and this is why I recommend cruising in general. Just such a peaceful and wonderful way to spend your vacation time and kind of find yourself. So let me know if you have questions, details below. This is Carrie Lynn for SheSave.com.